Hi there. So in this video, I'll be showing how I set up my Nexus 7. And the previous video that I produced just talked about how to load Timur's kernel in a Nexus 7. And Timur's kernel, which has its own Reddit section, it gives you different benefits, such as like USB host and powering at the same time. And there's a few other things that are nice about it. Anyways, if you want to see how to set up the software to make a tablet ahead unit, go ahead and look at the previous video. If you have questions about the process, feel free to leave comments below, or click the website link in the description. And yeah, so this video is going to focus on customizations. So I don't like to have the Google Play services or Play Store or my Google account tied to my tablet, because I have been broken into multiple times, and I don't see why someone wouldn't take this tablet in the future. They might think it's something special when it's really not. So if someone takes this tablet, then they have access to all of my information, and I'd rather just not have, I would rather have as little information as possible. So the main focus of this video will be like how I set up Car Launcher, which isn't too exciting, but also I have a few other features, like I like to install things that hide these navigation buttons, as well as hide the notification bar, and also allow like software control of volume. Anyways, so in the previous video, I showed how to install or how to get ADB and fast boot on the command line, on the path for the command line. And I'm just going to be installing more packages. It's nothing too fancy. But ADB install AutoKit APK. So AutoKit's used for a dongle that allows me to use CarPlay or Android Auto. Okay, so this is not going to stop asking me. So what it's saying is, I don't know if I can, no, I can't show you the screen somehow. But it's saying like Google wants to regularly check apps for security. I've told it no every single time I've uploaded, so I'm just going to say, okay, that's fine, check it. I don't care. All right, so AutoKit's uploaded. So now it's ADB install, custom quick settings. This is what lets me hide the navigation buttons, as well as allows me to make volume adjustments. All right, so now ADB install dash command. So this is for like an OBD2 device. I don't know which APK I like the most, so I just want to try out dash command first. Then I might change it later. So I'm not suggesting you should get dash command. I just want to try it. Then I'm pretty sure that there is no native file manager app on this version of Android. So after dash command, we'll install a file manager. ADB install file manager. I'm just tab completing. So I start with the first few letters and I press tab, and it fills out the rest of the file name. Okay, so after the file manager, there is the SDR. So SDR is software defined radio. I have the dongle that lets me connect the tablet to my vehicle's antenna. And from there, I can use the software to look for radio stations, like FM or whatever else the dongle works with. Right, so adb install SDR. Now there's gonna be a driver first. And then after that, it'll be the app itself. So I press SDR, then I tap once, tap twice, and it changes to the next SDR. Then after this, it'll be Spotify. This is the only app that actually has my user information in it, but it's not like I actually have, I'm not a paid account or anything like that. So it doesn't really, who cares if someone can change my playlist? Or maybe they'll buy me premium. All right, then I don't need to install VCam 2. I checked it previously and it worked. So let's just see if it's still working. VCam 2 down here. All right, that's fine. Saying it failed to load. Perfect. Nothing is attached, so I don't expect it to. So let's go to Super SU first and change these event notifications. So the first app that we want to edit is, so there's this notifications option. So global default to disabled. All right, let's go here, global default disabled. I forgot to save the previous one. So let's click that check mark, go up here, global default to disabled, check mark. All right, so occasionally Super SU will have some permission notifications and you can just disable those. Okay, so let's set up this guy. So first thing I want to add is, oops. Okay, first thing I want to add is Google Maps. That's gonna be most useful for me. You don't need to have a Google account, use Maps. After that, I'll use the SDR touch. And then what's also useful, AutoKit, that's the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. I think we can probably do dash command. This will be the OBD2 stuff. And then after this, we can do our backup camera, which is VCam2. All right, you can add more than this, but I'm happy with that. So now we want to choose our media player, or so it has some music stuff, buttons interface. So you can choose which type of media player you want. Enable notifications. Okay, so car launcher music, enable those. So this is access to notifications, navigation. Okay, I'm fine with you reading that stuff. So now let's click this again. Should tell us what options we have for music. So there's Google Play Music, Spotify, whatever else you install. I'm going to use Spotify as my music player. Spotify is probably going to ask me to log in and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't need to. Okay, so once you're logged into your account, you can hit play, hit next, whatever else. All right, what's so one thing I like about Cardash is you can tap this and then it'll take you to the screensaver if you set that option. Let's see if I can adjust this. Oops. All right, I can't make the text clear. You're just going to believe me that the second option is screensaver. Okay, so when we tap this, it'll bring us to the screensaver. They say you can swipe down to exit, or you can push the buttons to get out. Okay, I like the digital clock more than the analog for a vehicle. It's easier to read. So now let's go to the settings and change the screensaver. I don't want to see the speed on the screensaver, so we can remove that option. Date is fine. Clock, I don't want to see battery because I'm going to permanently install this. So we can change the colors if we want. I don't care. So I like to run the screensaver at startup, so I'll enable that. Okay. Edit theme. So there's colors option. Color wallpaper, I want it to be black. I know. If you have special trim inside your vehicle, feel free to make it whatever you want. I like the simple black interface. Okay. So I think this is more or less set up. Just need to go through like app permissions. Like this is the radio stuff. AutoKit dash command backup camera. Oh yeah, so let's look at the energy settings. So power event manager. I want to be in FI mode. FI means fixed installation mode. When you lose power to your vehicle, it'll turn off, or when your accessories in your vehicle lose power, it'll turn off the tablet, which is great. Fast charging, that's okay. I'm gonna enable USB drive stuff. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but it's fine with me. Okay, I'm happy with power event manager. So one thing also, I want this because it's going to be installed. I won't have access to the power button. So I want to make sure that the device turns on by itself even if the battery is drained. So on Timur's Reddit stuff, he suggests using this specific command. It is fast boot. Oh, I think I have to go to bootloader mode. Okay, I'll do this last. All right. So now let's set up our software volume controls. We'll see if the app tells us what we want to know. Oh yeah, so for the car launcher, if you accidentally close it, right, it should be able to pop back up. Select a home app. Okay, so I want to make sure the car launcher is my home app. That way, whenever something happens, it comes back to this. Okay. So let's go to custom quick settings. So I want to grant it special privileges. It's asking permission to write on the file system or modify system settings. And it wants to know our phone state stuff. All right, I need to figure out how this works again. This is not good, good content, but there should be something about quick settings. Like you have to, oh, I remember now. Okay. So if you go to this notification bar, let's go somewhere else. Okay. There's this gear icon in the top right. If you hold it down for a few seconds, it'll start spinning. You can't really see it spinning, but okay, it says congrats, system UI tuner has been added to settings. So if you scroll all the way down, there's now a system UI tuner. And there's this quick settings. So this lets you change your notifications quick setting bar. I'm going to remove almost all of this stuff because I don't need it. You can always add them again later if you want. Only thing I care about is location. Actually, once location's on, I don't need to worry about that. Rotation should always be locked, so I don't care about that. Flashlight, I'll never use it. Do not disturb, I'll never use that. Invert colors, I'll never use that. Okay, so now we can add a tile. Let's go back to the this guy. So wrong tile, that's fine. Okay, so click add title, tap broadcast title, then long press. Okay, let's hit start. So quick settings, add tile, broadcast, all the way at the bottom. So now if we hold it down, then paste, custom tile 0. Okay, that's great for me. So what I want this to do is bring up the volume control. So if I click toggles, there should be a volume panel. All right, that looks good to me. So now let's add another one. Start, quick settings, add tile, broadcast tile, paste. Okay, custom tile 1. And I want this to be the immersion mode toggle. Immersive mode. So if you want to hide the notification bar up top, or if you want to hide the buttons on the bottom, you'll use immersive mode. They have ones where the nav bar is visible down here, or the status bar is visible. I want them both gone. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay, that should have gone to the car business, car launcher. Okay, so now if I press the immersive mode quick button, it will hide everything. It makes the screen slightly larger also. So now if I want to bring up the volume panel, I press this volume panel, then I can slide this to change the volume in the vehicle. It's not as quick as a knob or buttons I can press directly, but if I want to change volume, that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so another thing is I like to have Bluetooth connected to my phone, so my phone can act as a hotspot. Maybe for downloading new maps or locations on Google Maps or Spotify radio. Tells you weather and how many GPS satellites. Okay, anyways. So that is how I like to set up my tablet. In a later video, it's maybe a few days from now, I'll show all the peripherals I'm connecting to my tablet. I just remembered a couple of things. I didn't show you how to set this fast boot mode and how to, I've never done this before, but I want to create a copy of the installation. So I don't need to do this manually. I can just, if something goes wrong with my tablet, just need to load TWRP and then I can restore the whole device. So let's power this guy off. Then we'll run it into the bootloader. And just a reminder, power button, volume down button, same time. Okay, we're in the bootloader. Okay, so now what we want to do is fast mode. Oh, sorry, fast boot. OEM off mode, charge 0. All right, so now whenever the device is off, I don't know if this is going to work. Now, whenever the device is off, if sorry, the device will automatically power on whenever there's power being fed into the USB connector. So that's useful if your tablet dies and it's installed in your vehicle. You don't need to open your vehicle and press the power button. It'll turn on by itself once it has charge. Great. I don't remember how to install TWRP, so let's go back to the firmware file directory. Firmware. Okay, now let's go back up to the install recovery, flash recovery. Okay, that looks good. So volume buttons, navigate recovery mode, power button to enter. And I'm going to see if I can create like a backup of the device. All right, so the second option, I know it's very bright, it says backup. So I think that's what I want to click. It says boot system data. Name auto generate. I don't know where it backs up to, so I'm going to find out. Data media TWRP backups. Okay, that's good to know. So if we go to downloads, sorry, Nexus, TWRP, there's going to be this backups section right here. So it's gone through 65% of the files and 26% of the total file size. I guess it has to back up the OS as well. Oh, you guys can actually see it when it's dim. All right, so it says backup failed, probably because I interrupted it. So let's try it again. It says it cleaned up backups directory. I guess it didn't clean it up. Maybe that's the new one I just started. So I think it failed because the screen went to sleep and I tapped it to wake up. I'm just going to periodically tap it to make sure that it doesn't sleep on me again. Yeah, because when you, I don't know if this is what happened, but I'm guessing when you swipe the bar to unlock it, the cancel button's right underneath the end of the swipe, the slider bar. So I might have like lifted my finger, then pressed it down again and hit the cancel button. And once this is finished, I'll try restoring from the, I don't know if it'll be included in the video, but I'll also try restoring just because I've never done that before and I'd like to see how it goes. Okay, so 99% complete, generating MD5, which I think is a checksum. Maybe it's not, maybe it's a file. Okay, MD5 created, backing up boot. Okay, it's going through everything. Okay, backup complete in 173 seconds. So backups. Okay. I'll just copy this backups folder. Desktop, Nexus head unit, backups. All right, so let's go back. Now let's click restore. So you have to drop this into the TWRP folder for it to. Okay, so it's kind of a big file. But it looks like you can choose what you want to store. Okay, cool. I guess I'm not going to restore it. But I want to make sure these files transfer though. On the website, I'll probably include these files. Once again, just want to say, anything you download from the internet, from someone you don't know, it has potential to be malware. So just because I'm using these files and I'm uploading them to my website doesn't mean that they don't have malware. So yeah, just be cautious of what you install, right? Don't trust random people online. Yeah, for the APKs I installed, I really don't know if there's malware in them, which is, so I'm not including my Google credentials on this tablet because it can be stolen, but also like I'm uploading random things to my tablet and I don't really, there's nothing to steal. All right, so backups, everything should be there now. Cool. All right. Yeah, so once again, future video will include the peripherals I'm using for my specific setup. All right, thanks a lot. Hope you guys found this useful.